Hey, welcome back guys. This is Beamer Merchant doing another do-it-yourself video. Today we're going to focus on how to remove a window regulator out of a 2000 BMW 528. Now the removal process is the same for most BMW E39 5 Series models from 1998 to 2003. At the end of the video, if you have any questions, comments, go ahead and let us know. You go ahead and get started. We need to remove the door panel first. So that's where this tool comes in. One word of advice is when you're removing the door panel, make sure that you insert this tool as close to the tab as you can, because if not, let's say if there's a tab here and a tab down here, if you put it in here, insert it, and you try popping it out, you might damage this. Okay, let's remove two Phillips screws. There's one here, there's a cap in its place. Pop the cap out and you'll see the screw. Take this one off, and then the other one that most people tend to miss is hidden back there, as you can see. Once you manage to remove the screw, go ahead and flip this inner handle just like that, so you're able to pull the panel out. And now we go with this switch. And this here, be careful. We go ahead and use the same tool. Again, just be careful because you can damage the handle if not done properly. Pops out, slide it out and disconnect it. Now let's pop the door panel off. We recommend you start by inserting your tool at about that position right there. Go ahead and pop it in. As you can see, you'll hear the pops in. Perfect. And then at this point you can just go ahead and wedge your fingers in there and go along the door and just pop it out. This one here. Okay, once the pins have been popped out, as you can see, it's good to go. Go ahead and push this locking inside, and then we recommend you start from here and tug, pull up. See, because as you can see, the door panel is wedged in here. So if you go ahead and pull up like this, it'll come off easier. Behind the panel, you'll see some wires. Go ahead and disconnect that wire speaker, and then the switch light wire, pull it out, and you're set. This is how the interior of the door looks without the door panel. This is the sound barrier or foam. It basically keeps the noise from the outside from coming in. So here, what we do now is we need to go ahead and get access to the bolts that hold the regulator in place. We're gonna go ahead and do a shortcut. We are only gonna go ahead and remove the speaker. You can go ahead and leave the airbag in place, which is a good idea, and you can leave this window module in place. Go ahead and disconnect these wires. Easy, you push on the top, comes out. And this one I believe is for the side view mirror connection, and this is for the tweeter right there. Just pull it out. Okay, and now I believe there are 3 screws, Phillips, holding this speaker in place. Also, if you are experiencing a rattle coming from your door panel, it might be that your speaker has blown out. It usually blows out from the edges here. This video will also help you on replacing this speaker. Once the speaker has been removed, go ahead and lift up this foam. Now be careful because you might have to reuse this. Now in most cases we've seen that this is so old and so brittle that it falls apart. At that point you got no choice but to just tear it away. But here, this one is good. Save it. See this gooey stuff here? Just put it back in place because it'll attach to the corners again. There is the window regulator. This is how it looks. These are 25 Torx. There's one right there, and there's another one right here. I recommend loosening only, or you can just remove them, period. We loosen this bolt. Now we're gonna go ahead and find out, see if we have to remove it at all. What you do now is you go ahead and remove the glass, and the way you do it is, the way we do it is just, oh, there you go. You pop it off from there. And you do the same thing on that end. You see how it came out? So now you have this glass here, slide it out. Okay, at this point you can just slide the glass out. I'm pretty sure there's people out there thinking, why do you have to take the glass off? What happens is, if you look here on the back, you're gonna find another Torx, and I believe that's a 25 as well. If the glass is not removed, you cannot get through the bolts because of the glass. So there's one bolt right there, and then if you pull down this foam, there's another one here, another one right there. Remove those. The tool we use for this next step is this ratchet, long extension, and a 25. You can use this, or you can just go ahead and use a screwdriver with a 25 Torx at the end. We've gone ahead and taken all 3 Torx bolts out, and this is how they look. As you can see, that's 25. Now there's 2 10 millimeter bolts here and there. The tool we use is this closed wrench. With these bolts, you have to remove them completely, because if you only loosen them up, you try to pop it out, it's gonna hit at the top end here. And this is how those 10 millimeter bolts look. Once you manage to remove them completely, you go up here. There's another Torx, 25 Torx. Go ahead and remove it. And the purpose for this Torx is, behind it there's a tab, and this tab latches on to the frame of the door here. This is how the bracket looks. The top end, as you can see, is gonna go right there, and the back end sits behind the bracket. Next, what you want to do is you want to disconnect it, and then lastly, you'll see in most cases there's zip ties. Cut these zip ties out. There's one here and one over there, and the purpose for these zip ties is that it keeps the cable in place, so there's no constant, it doesn't constantly hit as you are going through the driving the car. Okay, we are almost done with the removal process. What we recommend is you take this end here, go ahead and slide it to your left. At the same time, slide it out from the top, and then everything else just follows out. Now, in most cases, you're going to experience that. You're going to have to just go ahead and play with it, wiggle it, and it'll come out. And we managed to remove the regulator. This is how it looks once it's out of the outside of the car. One weak point that this regulator has is usually here, where this red tab will break. What's gonna happen then is this whole part goes into the pulley, gets wedged in there, and that's why in most cases you're able to bring it down but not up, or vice versa. Same thing here. Make sure that you put the rubber back in place. And there you go. If you have any questions, comments, let us know. Or if you need this specific part, obviously not this one, but if you need a regulator, visit our website and we'll take care of you. Other than that, thank you for watching. Beamer Merchant, we're out.